There we go. We're live on YouTube. And now I'm not going to play any more music because YouTube will cut me. So I just need to set it all up now. I set all this stuff up. But I will come back to your question, which is how do you think about Chinese AI technology? Because some Chinese students go to the UK to study AI, right? So I think China is leading the way with AI and robotics right now, officially. I mean, you saw the Spring Gala, what was coming out of even that technology, incredible. It's really, and I wanted to discuss that today. I'm just sorry, guys. I am with you. I'm just sharing this live stream. Got to get engagement, right? It's all about the engagement. Why is that not working? Okay. And I'll say hello to some people. Who have we got in here? Cindy, hello. Alan Yang. We have Jenny as well. Hello, Jenny. Stephen Chow, hello. Cuckoo Lulu, hello. All good fans. Hello, Joel. All loyal fans. Have been very loyal for many years. Thank you for your support. I'm just going to give this a plug. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. But hello, everyone. I'm going to be talking about the robots because it's something I'm interested in, and something that's I've found fascinating the last few days, watching this many times now, because it still blows my mind that you've got robots. My only concern, which I'm going to talk about, is when they handed the robots weapons. That was a little bit like, hold on a second. That was a little bit alarming, one could say. So let's get this up, and then we're flying. Hello, Stephen. Hello. A little bit more. Don't just go straight into it, but so show some love for the fans. So I will be doing that a bit more often now. So bear with me. Okay. I thought my thumbnail was pretty cool as well. There we go. Okay. We'll allow a few more people to come in because we're not going to be talking about the royal family today. We're going to be talking about... That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about robots. The robots from... Chinese New Year. So I want to discuss this a little bit today. So I think in particular the incredible martial arts stunts, which they blew my mind, like these dancing robots. Well, I guess the big question is, how worried should we be? Should we be really handing these robots weapons and things like that? So yeah, I thought it was pretty incredible compared to last year when you had the robots. They were just spinning. Sorry, guys. I don't know why. This is my TikTok. I really need to get some more phones because the quality of this one's not that great. So, dancing humanoid robots took center stage on Monday night during the annual Spring Festival Gala, or Chunwan, China's most watched official television program. I'd actually say it's probably the world, not just China's most, but it's probably the world. They lunged and backflipped, landing on their knees. They spun around and jumped. No one fell over. That was the interesting one. There was one that fell over, and when most people watched that, they thought, "Oh no!" But then it got back up, did a breakdancing spin, and managed to flip itself back up, which I thought was incredible. The display was impressive, but has prompted some to wonder if robots can now dance and perform martial arts, what else can they do? Should we be worried? So the bit I didn't understand with these robots was when I've seen these robots, because I go to a lot of events here in China and I see the robots walking around with someone with a remote control behind them, but I'm not sure if they were programmed to do that stuff, or there are 20 guys off at the side controlling them. I wasn't quite sure about that. But I thought it was an impressive display. Because it really showed China's kind of technological prowess, which we don't have that in the UK. Right? In the UK, maybe our robotics is there. Maybe I'm being ignorant, but it's fascinating to see this kind of stuff. Because I think we're not far from, in China, we're not far from these YMI guys and ladies. I've seen a lot more ladies now. The food delivery in China, I think we're not far from those people eventually just being robots. Also, Didi drivers, so any car sharing, eventually that will just be a robot, right? I can see that happening. I know today, was there something about people were trying to buy these robots? Buying. Yeah, I saw something today about people trying to buy these robots now, and they've sold out, and really fascinating. But you can see we're getting closer and closer to. I'm really well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the lovely messages. Yeah, so that's what I'm discussing today. Exactly, Cuckoo Lulu. I want to discuss these robots, what they can do, the trends for the future, because I'm still learning. I'm learning from you guys as well. You guys are the experts. You guys are Chinese. I'm just a foreigner in China that's still learning. So this is something that I've been fascinated by, all these robots. And I think we're not far as well from... So taxi drivers, any kind of automation, anything that is, service provided, I can see these robots kind of taking over, which is, I don't know about taking over the world. That's a Terminator question. It's always the Terminator question, which I'm one of my favorite movie franchises is Terminator. I love those movies. John Connor. And if you haven't seen the Terminator, I always forget that word. How to say Terminator. Sorry, guys. I've been working since very early this morning. Terminator in Chinese. Why is that not translated? Terminator. Huh? you could see once they had a weapon in their hand, that was the only thing that was a little bit concerning. For your question, the robot need people to control it. So this is what I didn't understand was when these robots were doing all these martial arts and kung fu, were they off at the side? Sorry, were they off at the side? Was someone controlling those robots off at the side, or were they all programmed? This is something I wasn't quite sure about. I'll say hello to some people because I had some more people joining now. Hello, Summer. Hello, Rebecca. Lily, Isabella, Richard, Sean, welcome. Thank you for joining my live stream today. That was the thing I wasn't quite sure about when I was watching it. But how far the Terminator has become a reality. Yeah, when the robots become self-aware, I'm not so sure. But I will lead the resistance. I will be John Connor. I always wanted to play that character. So that was something that was really fascinating to me. It's watching this, just thinking like these robots, once these guys become self-aware and they realize that humans are just awful. I'm laughing now, but who knows? But it was, I think I was in awe of what they were able to do because I grew up in the 90s when Japan dominated robotics. It was always Japan. That was a big part of my childhood. I remember sort of 3 or 4 years old in the UK, the news would pop up and usually BBC. And you would see, the latest robot coming out of Japan. And now it's China leading the way. You didn't really hear about robotics when I was growing up coming out of China. Now China is the pioneer. I think China is really leading the way when it comes to robotics. So you've got Unitree. I'm just going to type that in again, the New Year stuff. But when they were doing backflips and then falling over and then picking themselves up, just reading some comments on this. Yeah, the synchronized. This is interesting, right? The robot progress is the ability to run large numbers of near identical humanoids in synchronized motion with stable gaits and consistent joint behavior. That was what I was really fascinated by, is how they all moved in time. Morgan Stanley projects that China's humanoid sales will more than double in 28,000 units in 2026. And you can see Tesla's pivoting more towards robots now. Yeah, it is fascinating to see. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. When you think of robots now, you don't think of Japan anymore. I think of China. When I was growing up in the 90s, I definitely thought, oh, yeah. So I mean, I don't want to get too much into that, but definitely I want to talk about more about the domestic use. So how can robots be used in the home? Because I think we're not far from. I know Elon Musk was saying this the other day. I saw an interview of him where he talked about how you wouldn't bother studying medicine anymore because surgeons and nurses and all that will be replaced by robots. So it's fascinating to see. Anyway, guys, share your thoughts. I'm interested to know what you guys think because I've got my thoughts on this kind of stuff. Yeah. So the question is, are they making our lives better? Because I quite like speaking to the DD driver. You know, if a DD driver, a taxi driver was replaced with robot, just watching it again, it's just fascinating to see these kung fu robots. I thought about doing a post about it today. I saw a few foreigners doing the typical sort of like, and then they comment on it and like, wow, this is amazing. I thought about doing something like that. Yeah, I mean, I've already seen people doing this. People have already done the typical kind of post where they show the robots from last year, you know, the ones that were just doing this with the handkerchief, and now the ones doing kung fu. And I mean, the crazy thing about these robots, the way that they were moving is they didn't look robotic. You know, you could put a shell on those and you can see, I mean, when they were running up the walls and doing a backflip and just incredible. So I wanted to show you guys this video. Can I? I don't know if I can do the volume. But if I can't, yeah, I can't show it because of copyright. But if you see the two videos, the one of last year and this year, unmanned taxis are everywhere. Oh, really? Are they already being piloted in Chongqing? I didn't know that. Interesting. Let's have a look at that. I heard they were doing it in Guangdong, but I don't know if they're doing. I didn't know if it was actually happening. I've heard about the drones. I've heard about that. First, I've seen the flying taxis. Yeah, I've seen those ones. Taxis are. I think we're not far from that because then you don't have to pay someone to be in that taxi, right? You've just got the robot. I guess the big question is what happens to all those taxi drivers? That this is the question that we're all trying to work out right now is with AI and with robotics is they're saying, oh, we'll be able to, you know, it's all well and good at Elon Musk saying, oh, we'll have time to do what we want to do. Yeah, fair enough. He's a billionaire, but yeah, I've heard that they were piloting it in Guangdong. I didn't realize where it's in Guangzhou. Okay. I was in Guangzhou recently. Oh, really? So they have them in Chongqing. I didn't know that. Oh, that's pretty cool. I need to make a trip to Chongqing. I'm going to Macau this weekend. I'll be off to Macau. I might take a break from the live streaming actually this weekend. I've been doing it virtually every day for about a month. So I've really been building the channels and growing the channels, just pushing that algorithm. But yeah, I've really enjoyed doing these live streams because I get to meet incredible people. So I've got people messaging me like crazy. So, oh, that's the other thing. I got flagged on YouTube the other day for copyright. So when I did the watch along with Trumland, I actually got I got flagged, which was quite funny. Can I dance? I'm okay. I'm not a bad dancer, actually. I'm not too bad. Yeah. Because I used to dance. I used to dance like the. I do a bit of robot stuff, and also live. Yeah, so I got a copyright. Who's the copyright from? Dispute. Oh, you can dispute it. Okay, interesting. So I find on YouTube sometimes if you just claim that it's fair use, yeah, I find this a lot. You get flagged a lot more in the West. That's why I do prefer the Chinese channels. I do prefer WeChat, and because they never flag me on anything. But yeah, I've been flagged. Where else have I been flagged? Copyright. Sometimes if you play music, which I think is ridiculous. If you're just playing some music in the background, I don't see how that's that bad. Lily, can you introduce yourself first? Because usually when I let people into my live streams, I always prefer if they I always prefer. Yeah. So Lily, can you introduce yourself first before I don't just let anyone, because I've had some crazy people before just invite themselves in. Huh? Ooh. Yeah, if you can do that, I'd appreciate, because I've let people in before to my live streams, and then they just want to practice their English, and it's not, this channel is not for practicing English. We're discussing the robots and all that stuff. So if you can just introduce yourself, this isn't a channel for learning English. It's a channel for discussing business and yeah. So I'm not just going to let. I'm more into some topic. Okay. You can call me back. Okay, cool. If you're not learning English, you can call me back. That's absolutely fine. I can let you in and we can discuss this, because I like to invite people into my live stream that are genuine, not just want to steal my English. I hate English pests. I hate people that just want to steal my English. And then we'll talk about this topic about these robots. Hello, Lily. I'm very well, thank you. And you?
I'm super.
There's a
So you were talking about
your audio, Lily. It's not the best. There's a bit of echo.
I'm sorry because there's some fireworks around.
Okay, it's Chinese New Year, so it's true. Can you share your video as well?
Of course. Okay, it's a little bit messy background, but okay.
Well, you should see my office. My office is a complete state right now. I don't know if you can see my plant. My plant is dying behind me. So there we go. Okay. So Lily, you wanted to discuss. Oh, Lily, first introduce yourself. I know you introduced yourself a bit in the, and sorry to be so harsh. It's just I've had some really crazy people on here before that just they come on like, I want to practice my English. I'm like, 我们说中文. So yeah, how about you introduce yourself, and then we can talk a little bit about this robot stuff, because I'm fascinated by this stuff. The technology coming out of China at the moment is is incredible.
Okay, so I'm working in a trading toy business. I'm a country manager for some regions.
Cool.
For example, Korea, Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan, and CIS area.
Cool. How's Korea, by the way?
Trendy toy business. Trendy toy.
Yeah, I've
Yeah. Something like Pop Mart or some collectible cars.
No, I was asking you, how's the Korea business? Like, how is it as a market?
The Korea? You mean Korea country?
Yeah, Hangul.
Okay, Korea is to be honest, Korea's birth rate is quite low, right? But trendy toy is more into kidults, which means teenagers and young adult. So we are aiming for and older people. So that's okay. That's quite okay. But collectible cars in that country, which is quite new, they are more into TCGs and TCGs, yeah, mostly TCGs and sports cars, like Panini and Topps.
Interesting. So you sell these cards, right?
Yeah. Country manager means you develop clients' distribution systems, and then you do the distribution there.
Wow.
You manage the whole country, yeah.
So you mentioned the countries you cover is Korea, where else?
Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan, and CIS area.
What is CIS? Sorry, if I sound dumb.
It's like Russia and that area.
Does Ukraine fall under that as well?
Yeah, that kind of area.
So I don't. Who's that in the background? Is that your mum?
Yeah, sorry, it's my grandma.
Oh, she's say, hey, is she your gulma or is she your nai?
No, she's my nai.
Nai, okay. Hey, nai, 你好，新年快乐。Wow, 你很漂亮。Oh, she speaks Hakka, right? I don't know any Hakka. I'm pretty ignorant. I don't know any Hakka, but that's a beautiful language.
It's okay. Hakka is not that Hakka dance from New Zealand. Hakka is like some dialogue in Guangdong.
And even Kanchi Yang, you got the same. I can see you got some. Yeah, you look a little bit. I can see a little bit of your face in there. So.
Thank you.
So
I wish I could live as long as my grandma. She's already 95.
Wow, 你95岁，你看起来这么年轻。你看起来太年轻了。Wow.
She said her hair is quite white.
That doesn't. It's wisdom. Doesn't matter. She looks amazing for 90. It's 95. Incredible. What's her? Can you ask her? What's her secret? What's her secret?
She said she's 96. She's not young anymore.
But what's her secret for a long life? What's her secret?
Okay, I can interview my grandma. 阿婆叫人買啲咩？佢按藏書啊，買係啲咩？
按藏書啊？
啊，啲咩係買？
前導業。
She's a little bit religious. She said it's the God blessing her.
Oh, okay. Why hasn't the God blessed me? I look really old.
How old are you? Sorry if you don't mind.
How rude. Very rude. No, I'm joking. No, I don't. It's the only thing I don't talk about on here is my age and my salary. How much does my apartment cost? Which is the usual. Like when people walk into my apartment in Shanghai, like 多少钱? I'm like, well, why is that the first question when you walk in? So.
Okay, I think it's a little bit culture differences. Chinese people, because most of the Chinese people are still in the need of.
Oh, I get the fireworks out.
Standing for living. So,
yeah, no, it's fine. So you're in
so
you're in Guangdong, right?
Yeah, I'm in Guangzhou.
Oh, okay, cool. I was in Guangzhou about month ago or so. I went to the WeChat, had the Weixing Tianxun. They had a big event there, and I was interviewed and did some stuff. So, oh, and cool, you got fireworks because we're not allowed fireworks in Shanghai.
Yeah,
So-
because right now
Yeah.
I'm now in the countryside. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I love. Well, who's your one non-Chuan? I love a Chinese countryside. I love to get out and do that kind of stuff. So, so what did you want to? Did you want to make a comment about these robots, and what was your thoughts?
Yeah, actually, I'm really into AI,
Mm.
and I know robot and AI quite a little bit quite a little bit different, but it's okay. Because I'm into AI, whatever related to AI, I'm really AI is like my assistant, and also like my mentor, and also like my shrink, and also.
Would you date AI? Would you date it?
At the very beginning, I don't think so, but now I think it's quite possible because I heard that some company, maybe Elon Musk, already making AI. They want to build AI, their system into some solid human being shape of what do you call that, robot, and then so this AI before the AI can recognize himself and have some feelings. I don't think AI can have feelings, but you can input their thinking model or whatever, made them like really close to human being. Of course, they don't have a soul, and they don't aware that they actually they're not that. I don't think they're gonna be aware that they can have feelings, or they are that imperfect, because they're most of the time they're perfect. So
Yeah. Have you seen that? Have you seen that?
Less attractive than human being.
Well, like I said, I think once you ladies realize that we're awful as men, you will replace us with a robot.
Actually, dating a robot, you can make yourself feel much relieved, and also you won't be under so much pressure, and you don't need to, think too much about, you don't need to pay too much attention and to be too cautious or so suspicious, because AI is always taking your side.
True.
It's quite safe. You feel quite secure.
Yeah. Well, I'm not too worried about that. I think there's a number of issues there, but I think the big issue that's not a robot related issue is I think men are pretty weak nowadays. Men do not, they will not go up to a woman and just say, if they're single, and just say, hey, you look great, I'd like to get to know you, let's grab a coffee. Like, I think most men in most countries now are just, they've got real issues. Young people, they're not socialized, right? They've been using their phones, and luckily I was that final generation that actually spoke to women. But I think young people are going to have big issues. And I think with these robots coming in, you said about them being self-aware. That's a bit of a concern for me, is once robots realize, because if you saw during Chongwan, they had weapons, didn't they have sticks in their hands, and they're going, wah, and I think that is, that's a bit of a concern, I think. But why are you talking in English in China? 我们可以说中国话, right? That's why. No, I've got a very good people put that in the comments. I've got a very good relationship with the WeChat team. Weixing, Shiping, they're amazing. They are. I don't unfortunately have the same relationship with Douyin, and I do know the Xiaohongshu team, but WeChat they're pretty cool with you speaking English. So I'd prefer to just speak English, because I've got multiple channels right now. This is Weixing Shiping, that is TikTok, and then that is YouTube. So it's better if I just speak in English. But cool. So why is your English so good, Lily?
Oh, I speak English since junior high. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, what does your grandmother think to the robots?
I don't think she knows anything about robots.
But she would have watched. She watched
Yeah.
Trumwan, right? She did watch Trumwan.
Watch what? Sorry.
She watched Takango Trumwan.
Oh yeah, she does.
So she
but
did see it.
not all of it.
Right, but
Not all of it,
she
sorry.
saw the robots though, didn't she?
Yeah, I think so. But she just asked me, why are they so weird? They don't look like human.
You should have said they were Lao Wai.
She's living in her bubble, and sometimes I don't want to put too much information into his
True.
brain.
True. So
And
Lily, are you a fan of my channel? Have you been watching my videos for many years, or are you a new fan?
sorry, not yet. I can follow you. Don't worry
Oh.
about it.
Oh god. No, it's fine. I mean, people are discovering me all the time. I'm still getting people discovering me. But yeah, I've been doing a lot more live streams recently because I get to interact with the fans, and it's good for my algorithm. Honestly, every time I do these little live streams, it gives me like another few hundred fans on WeChat, so it's pretty cool. And I just enjoy speaking with people and putting this kind of content out there. But yeah, it's really interesting to hear your thoughts on. You have quite an optimism. I'm kind of a bit more
Thank you.
pessimist. I'm not a kind of glasses half empty kind of guy, but I do a bit like with AI. I think is that Cantonese? Is that you? Is that Cantonese or Hokkien?
It's Hokkien.
Right.
Sorry, no, it's Hakka. It's
Hakka.
Hakka is quite. It's between Hokkien and Cantonese.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like it sounds like it sounds a little bit like kind of it sounds a bit like a little bit canto kind of sounding. That's what I was like, it sounds very nice. It sounds quite a nice language. So Lily, did you have any questions for me at all? Anything you wanted to ask?
Yeah, actually, because when you were talking about the self-driving cars and taxi, I saw it quite a lot in Nansha when I was
Really?
living there. Yeah.
Wow.
There is a plaza. What's the name of the plaza? Jinzhou Plaza or something like that. And there is a pickup point in that area. And I remember that brand was called Pony something, Pilot Pony or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
By the way, ignore the comment. So Lily, I've been doing this for 6 years, right? I get fans and I get Fencer and I get haters. I get Punzer, right? And but actually the Punzer, they actually love you. Because why would they waste their time watching your videos, right? If I don't like something, right, I don't watch it.
Yes.
Okay. So
exactly.
like I said, I'm not a big fan of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, but I don't go on their videos and say, this is terrible music, right? That's not what I do. So actually, when people tell me what to say, like ignore those comments like, this is boring. This is a fascinating conversation because I'm speaking to someone that is in the south of China that has seen this with your own eyes, right? And you've seen it in real. So ignore the comments that are negative. Because actually, I want more the more negative they are, the more it pushes my videos. So I love a little pun down, like a punzer. Just ignore it. They love you, otherwise they wouldn't message. So yeah, sorry. Please continue.
Yeah. So sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah. Just So when I saw it, but still, to me, it's a little bit dangerous. I'm quite cautious people. I'm not that quite secure people. So to me, I think maybe after a few years, I can try.
Yeah.
Not now.
我不是老师，我是创业者，我有自己的生意。我不是英语老师。我做市场营销，我有自己的生意。I think 她很可爱. She's cute. So yeah, I think that the thing is with those driverless taxis is I see both ways from a safety point of view. But the thing is, Chinese taxi drivers are super safe. Like like taxi drivers, you're never going to get anything from a taxi driver in China. Maybe in London. In London, you got to be careful. But in China, they're super safe. But the thing is about having a taxi driver is I like that interaction. I like to speak to my shifu. Like I like to, hey, ni hao. Like I like to have a conversation with him. So I think if you had a robot there, if the robot could speak to you, great. But from a safety aspect, I think that the argument with having a robot, a driverless taxi driver is a robot driving is actually it's safer. But there's no human error then. But yeah, it's fascinating to see. But how would I think people would if your taxi just pulled up? I don't think people would really care if there's a taxi driver in there or not. I care about it because I like to speak to people. But I think most people, they could just sit in a box and go somewhere, then it wouldn't really matter, right?
Well, if it's a short distance route, I will take it. And if this is in a really big, wide street or road, then it's okay. I think it's okay. But if it's complicating crowded area, I will second. I will think about it. I'll think it twice, and then. But of course, most of the time when it's already been operating, so that means it's quite safe. I think they've done a lot of testing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and you've got a seatbelt on. You got your seatbelt on, and yeah.
Right. Speaking of London, is that this kind of driverless test?
I haven't seen that. I mean, the argument against not driverless is think about the millions of people that would be unemployed because they can't drive a taxi. That would be an issue. And the thing is about the UK, particularly in London, the black cab is a tradition, right? To have a black cab driver, and they don't use GPS. They have the knowledge. Right. They have to take an exam to drive around. So some of these traditions will be eroded. Ignore this David guy. I think I'm just going to block him. I block people. Some I kick people out if they're a bit weird. So I think London taxis are really expensive. Transport, full stop, is really expensive in London. That's why most people walk or cycle. So that is something that is a big issue. But Lily, I'm going. Oh, is someone else calling? I'm not going to let anyone else in. So Lily, sorry to love you and leave you, but I'm going to end this live stream soon. But is there any final questions or comments you wanted to just ask me or tell the audience?
It's okay. I think, to be honest, about AI, I think in a few years, maybe in 2 years, I'll jump into AI industry, but not right now. Right now, I want to develop some business in my current industry. So I love to talk about AI business. I think it's quite good. Not only about driverless taxi, and also there is some other different AI. For example, the AI toys and AI, and something like that. And also I can integrate my resources and my network, and I think it's quite good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we can cooperate in the future, but I'm open to that.
The best way to cooperate with me, Lily, is just give me money. It's the best way.
You're very funny. Okay.
Just upfront money, and I'll always deliver. I mean, my industry is I do mainly marketing. So my main business is I broker deals between mainly international companies entering China, or they're already in China. Although recently I've had more Chinese companies looking to go overseas and need help. I mean, you sound pretty you're pretty capable, I think. But most companies don't have people like you that are can speak many languages, are commercially minded, are confident. So that's kind of where I.
Okay, let me tell you, already being in this business for 2 years, 2.5 or something like that, almost 3 years. I am actually helping the Chinese business develop overseas. So in this kind of career, actually not many talents So it's quite so we are
Niche,
quite
yeah.
catchy. I know,
Yeah.
I know, in big demand. So
It is
I
because
think you can have a good career in this,
yeah,
this
it
business.
is. And the other thing I'm kind of developing right now is I've had some people approaching me about acting in China. So I've had some people approaching me about, hey, Daniel, you'd be a great actor. Like you should be in movies and TV shows. So it's something I may explore. I've had a few agents and things approaching me. So we'll see. I don't know. It's just something that I'm kind of working. That's why I do these videos, because I really enjoy being in front of the camera and putting content out there. So we'll see. Your family are amazing. I can hear them.
Thank you. Thank you for being so nice.
Yeah.
I think you can try. You can.
Yeah, why not try? Why not try? But AI, with AI video now and AI movies, maybe we won't need actors in the future. Who knows? This is what Hollywood and all these, it's they're all complaining about at the moment. So, but anyway, Lily, it's really fascinating to speak to you. Yeah, just keep doing what we're doing and message me. You're always happy. I'm happy to connect with fans and check out my videos as well. A lot of people are finally coming on to discovering my videos. So any support, you can always message me. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing. And thank you for being so eloquent. I've had a lot of weird people call me sometimes, and then they're just like, can I practice my English? Like, no. Woman 说中文，我们会说普通话. Like, I'm quite strict with that stuff. So, because I'm not an English teacher. I'm not我不是英语老师学习英语. There's no money in that. Right? Being an English teacher in China, you're never going to be a millionaire. Right? Yeah, and I don't have the patience to teach English. When I teach English, I have to like hide my yawn. I have to hide it. So, yeah. But anyway,
I think being an English teacher in China is less demanding than before. So
yeah, I think 10, 15 years ago more, there was more opportunities. But anyway, Lily, I'm going to 现在我会下播. So thank you for your lovely words. Good to get your perspective and give my love to your family. 恭喜你发财，最好的请过来。Yeah, so enjoy the time with your family and 新年快乐. Happy New Year.
新年快乐.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy your evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What a lovely lady. Why can't I have more people like her in my live stream, right? Just very eloquent, really knew her stuff, balanced and insightful. I want more people like her in my live stream. Just really intelligent lady who knew her stuff and wasn't arrogant. So yeah, thank you, Lily. Thank you for for your lovely words. So date. No, I respect my fans. I never date my fans. Never date your fans. You should respect them. So anyway, guys, oh God, we've done an hour. It's been an hour in this live stream. So yeah, thank you, Lily. Thank you for your lovely words. And I do have my own WeChat group, guys. We'll自己的粉丝微信群。如果你们感兴趣加入我的微信群，你可以私信我，然后我下播以后，我可以发给你们二维码. So I've got my own WeChat group. If you want to join, just let me know. I can send you the WeChat code. My only stipulation, my only requirement, 我有一个要求 is 麻烦看看我的视频，点赞、转发、评论. So I always ask guys, just check out some of my videos, give them some love. And yeah, great to connect. Fascinating to hear from Lily what's happening in Guangdong with these driverless taxis and think about what's good and bad about that. I think with a lot of this stuff, whether it's AI or robotics, it's inevitable there's not going to be a pause. This is where we Manchuria, we can have someone from the northeast next time. So But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for your support. Ganshianing the Juchu. I really appreciate all of you. And it's good to see my WeChat is popping because I don't know what I would do because my YouTube gets 1 or 2 people coming in. My YouTube people watch it afterwards because it always saves. This live stream always saves after I do it. But yeah, we spoke for an hour on robots. Pretty cool. So thank you so much for the support, guys. Love you all. I Neiman, Xinian Kuala, Gongxini Fatai. Enjoy the time with your parents and your family. Talk to them, guys. Don't just use your phone. If you're going to use your phone, make sure you're watching my videos, okay? God, funny tonight, aren't I? Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Check out my videos and say Jen, guys. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.